supposed to be an old guy, you know, sort of a little paunchy and you know, cigar smoking stuff. So we've kind of like taken the wicked wit of Winston Churchill, you know, the genius mind that he had, and tried to incorporate some of that into the script. I mean, the guy was incredibly historic, but you know, he's just not really good at you know, wielding a machine gun.
Only one American soldier can stop the Third Reich.
Christian Slater's playing Winston Churchill, but obviously they've made no attempt to make him look anything like the Churchill, or even be anything like the Churchill. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty alright.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
What the hell are you trying to do, Lieutenant?
Kick as much Nazi butt as I can, sir.
This movie, it's fun in a lot of ways. I mean, it pokes fun at Hollywood and you know, American patriotism and English aristocracy.
Now look here, just who the jolly heck are you?
Lieutenant Winston Churchill, the U.S. Marines. You got a problem with that, pal?
Scott, they're killing their own men. Get those poor devils ashore and give them a mug of camp coffee and a fruit bun.
Churchill is like the equivalent to the American John Wayne. So he's Britain's war movie hero.
How many more times I got to save your ass?
Just get back to the States. I want to fight these guys on my own for a little while.
Oh, I'm just a token black guy in this war.
I wasn't exactly sure the direction it was going to go in. You know, it was kind of described to me like a Monty Python-ish type comedy, and and I liked Monty Python a lot, but I just wasn't. It was kind of hard to get a sense and an idea. But then just, you know, being on the set for a couple days and seeing a lot of the slapstick insanity, and you know, Vic and Bob, those guys just doing crazy stuff and ad-libbing.
It's time to come back! Calm down! Just calm down!
It just became a very loose sort of set, and I knew pretty much after day one the kind of movie that it was. It was just wacky, quirky, zany fun.
Night-night, ducks. It's my frickin' wanking hand.
What makes comedy funny? Fear and loathing, violence against people you shouldn't be violent. Funny scene I've so far is Nev Campbell being beaten to death by Vic and Bob, well, half to death. It was very funny.
I think it's nice to bring American comedians together, actors together, along with these great British comedians. You know, the cast of Brits in this are amazing. Bob and Vic and Harry Enfield and Leslie Phillips. I mean, they're all very famous comedians here.
Christian's great because you're doing rehearsals and he always laughs at what you're doing, so you know you're on the right track as far as he's concerned. And if I'm doing a scene with him, it's good to know that you're doing the right thing and you're gelling.
It's a real charming story. It's a romantic story. You know, I mean, the idea that Winston Churchill and Princess Elizabeth, you know, could have had this torrid romance and passionate love affair is exciting. Nev's playing Princess Elizabeth is this, you know, doe-eyed, sort of lost little innocent girl who's, you know, looking for an adventure.
Isn't this exciting?
Close your eyes, honey.
I think in America we've tried to claim and change history in film sometimes, and so what's great about this film is it's poking fun at that.
The British get bitter and twisted about tiny things, and there was a film called UB571, I think, and in which the Americans captured the Enigma machine, which of course they didn't because they weren't in the war then, because they wouldn't join the war. Even though Hitler was taking over Europe, they didn't want to be part of it. It was in fact the British who did that. So of course various people in Britain went, how dare you?
I want you to do that thingy again.
I need to give my tongue a rest, sweetie.
Looks awfully complicated.
You said it. It's got 16 billion different combinations. The whole of Western Europe's been trying to figure this out. They can't do it. Wait a second. What's Hitler's birthday?
April 19th, 1898.
Okay, let's give it a shot. 4191898. Press return. Works. Hitler to German High Command. I'm in Buckingham Palace. Where are you?
All our characters are bizarre, every one of them. I suppose I'm the villain of the piece, really, because I'm trying to bring Hitler into England secretly, which is not very easy.
It is you, isn't it? You are him, ain't ya? My old lady loves your stuff. I must say I did laugh when you ate your boots in that film, The Gold Rush.
I think there's quite a tradition of that. Chaplin's the great dictator. I don't know that there is a completely serious way of doing him. I think it's much more effective in a way to find a satirical way of doing him.
Good gag. Did you nick that off Buster Keaton? Yeah, I bet you have a right laugh doing them films.
It's not quite Mel Brooks. It's somewhere. It's a little bit more to do with Ealing comedy. But I think what me and Tony are doing is almost in a little world of its own, because we see Hitler and Ava in little domestic situations for the most part. You know.
Oh, Ava, my dove. When the war is over and the world is as I want it, then we can be together.
Yeah, but it will never be over, will it? Because once you have conquered this country, then there will be another, then another, and another.
That is my destiny.
Seriously, he's too huge a monster, perhaps, to play seriously, if that makes any sense.
And then we will set sail and conquer the seas. And then we will fly to the moon and conquer the stars. And we will fight, 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 till all mine enemies have been squashed, squashed beneath my glorious jackboot. Waffles, waffles, waffles!
I love dangerous comedy. I think that's the best comedy. It's outrageous. I couldn't believe it. I kind of turned pages going, I don't believe this is happening, but I'd love to be part of it.
The funniest aspect of this film, well, I think the incredible daring of it and the, like, killing people, you know, and then you laugh. I mean...
Mein Führer, it's such an honor to be the pilot who flies you here on such a top-secret mission.
And the secret of it is to do these terrible things with incredible seriousness.
My King George is an old deaf fellow who doesn't really know what's going on and doesn't know who the Nazis are or that we're at war.
Well, very nice to meet you, Mr. Hefner.
He's quite jolly and kind of likes people until he's had a bit too much to drink, and then he wants everyone to just whack off.
You are here. Corridor, King's Room and everything, and you are here. I don't want to be here. I want to be there, you silly arse of a man.
I play a character called Jim Chiru, who's a cheeky Irish Cockney disposable character.
God bless you, Churchill. You're mad. Yankee.
It's my first screen death, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. It's obviously reminiscent of other work that Peter's done, and the comic strip stuff, which is, you know, classic British comedy, and in fact it is a very peculiarly British style of comedy. I think there's sort of a, you know, big farcical caper.
You can't really tell what's going to make you laugh until you actually see the performance. I mean, I was just waiting there and saw him filming that, singing Hang Out, the Washing on the Siegfried line, and I was laughing at that then. I mean, when I read it, you know, it didn't make me laugh, but I was in stitches in there.
Hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, and we gon' take a couple bombers and go boom in your behind. Now hang it up, come on.
We show up at the King's Palace, and there's this ball, this really formal ball going on. And everybody's doing the waltz, and, you know, it's very elegant. And Christian and I just jump up on the stage and just decide we're gonna bust into a rap.
You attack, we gonna get ya, we gonna stick ya. Third right, get with ya. Step back, take a picture.
Christian and Romney doing this absurd rap song, and my being Princess Elizabeth having no rhythm is kind of fun.
Can't can't be messing with the Churchill mob.
There have been like a few key scenes I was nervous about doing in this movie, and that was definitely one of them. I mean, I'm not known for my rapping, style or skill.
Hang it up. Everybody in the house, what's up? Let me hear you say Hitler's got one nut. Let me say Hitler's got one nut. Let me hear you say Hitler's got one nut.
Peter Richardson, as a comedic director and actor, goes way back here. He's infamous for comedies and for the show Comic Strip that he did a long time ago. He and a group really built up comedy here in Britain and changed it.
And this is, for me, been a completely unique experience. I mean, I'd never really done an outright comedy before. Peter's style is definitely very free, very loose. It's the most relaxed I've ever really felt on a movie.
What Peter does is he wants you in the film, he sees a part for you, and he puts you in it without asking you.
He didn't ask?
No, you get a letter saying you are in the film.
Peter Richardson, the director, pretty much takes a piss on every blockbuster American war movie ever made.
Mr. President, our boy needs backup and air support immediately.
Mr. President, we have an election coming up.
Mr. President!
Come on. He takes Dwight Eisenhower and he goes, well, you know what? Every American movie has a token black guy, so let's just change his name to Denzel and let Romney play him.
He's right. Eisenhower, I'm making you a general.
Well, we watch American films all the time with Americans being very serious and very patriotic. They're very gung-ho. And to a lot of us, that's quite funny, isn't it? Because we think, come on, they must be kidding. It's just not the English way at all, is it? To be that sort of, serious about your country. That's why the Leslie Phillips relationship, the corrupt sort of aristocrat, and Rick Mayall is this sort of, sidekick, just squirming. And then you get this, really good, true American who's come to win the war, sir.
Order up.
What is it?
It's the German Enigma machine, sir. It decodes every German signal there is, telling you exactly when and where the Nazis are going to strike next.
Really? That's splendid. Well done.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Mayall. This is my film. I'm playing Churchill, and it's a film about me, and I hope you enjoy it. It's got some American non-entities in it. You can bear with that. Leslie Phillips and I are the sex power. They're acting without me. I better go back.
And while our boys are driving tanks across Rome and Sicily, Patton's across the Rhone, and he's up the Rhine.
I am like the, gung-ho epitome of, the patriotic guy. I mean, I hung a map of the United States in my trailer, just so I could really feel it on a daily basis. I am all about America here.
Hey, what you doing with that Spitfire?
I'm taking her to the Battle of Britain, baby. Let's hit it.
My first day shooting, I walked onto a set where every British comic talent of the last few decades was in the room, starting with Leslie Phillips and Harry Enfield and Phil Cornwell from Stella Street and Reeves and Mortimer. I mean, it was seriously intimidating for me. I made a decision very quickly, wisely, I think, to play Hitler as straight as possible and let those guys do all the stuff.
Tell me, do you have any time in this busy schedule of yours for fishing?
Streichensweise von Grubbelstock, verstanden?
That's a good one, that, Fuhrer.
Very good. Oh, what a lovely evening this is turning out to be.
Drop the hammer, Fritz!
Okay. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of the movie.
Hey! There you go. End of the movie!